Alright, we are back. We're in the middle of investigation here. And we're about to talk to Gina. Maybe we're not. Right, we need to actually examine the stairs to go up. What? We're gonna bump into the forensic investigation team. It sounds like it could make trouble. Alright, so we can't go up there right now. What do we need to be doing? Gina, would you take a look at... Oh, where'd it go? Wait, give me that crossbow back. Looking with this, Otto? Why did you do that? I wonder if you got anything else to show me, eh? What do you reckon? Give that back first, please. Oh. Gina, we're actually hoping that we could investigate the scene again? Yeah, alright. It's around there, you can do what you like. Oh, that's alright, is it? What are you playing with my new friend here? Ah, yeah, Toby. Oof! Apparently we can't look around the stage now because the forensic investigation team are at work. Can't you do anything, Gina? In your capacity as Inspector Lestrade. Well, look, I'd like to help you out. Well, I'm just a trainee, ain't I? Ain't nothing I can do. How convenient. But when it suits you, yes. Alright. Here's the scorching on the ground that you mentioned. Yes, and there's what's left of the green balloon's envelope. All clear evidence of the balloon that exploded on the day of the incident. Poor Professor Hairbrain. I do feel sorry for him that his dreams have been shattered like this. Someone's well and truly burst his bubble, as it were. Bad joke. Timing poor. Joke even poor. Ow! I'm a bad person. Alright, I realistically think... About this, Gina. Yeah, I'm still learning my letters at the moment. I only know A to E, so if it ain't too much bleeding trouble. Actually, Gina, it's the back of the card that's important. Eh? Now come. Oh, that's right. That's just a dirty old smudge on the back, that's all. It turns out that this is very high-quality French machine oil. There's a very particular scent, apparently. You don't say. Let's have a whiff, then. Oh, that's right, Toby's the scent dog. You sure? I don't smell nothing. No, we didn't mean that you should smell it. Oh, right. You mean Toby. Alright, Toby. Let's cook. Since the smell is so good, he can track people over the oceans, can he? Professor Hairbrain informs us that this oil is unique to Mr. Drever's workshop. Tactical dog gun. Oh. He's picked up a scent. So you mean, if he follows the scent in this oil, Toby can lead us to that dodgy cove's workshop? That's right. That's exactly what you're hoping. Alright then, we'll give it a go. I'll just borrow that. What? Wait, when'd you? Once a pickpocket, once a pickpocket. Always a pickpocket. If I can lead everyone to that Jebba's workshop, I'll be the boss's boss before next week. Oh yes, Gina. I'm sure you'll be promoted. Poor Greg's. What, Denoto? Leave it to me. Sorry? We're gonna get going after that dodgy engineer cove right this minute. Oh, but hang on. Someone's supposed to be on guard duty. Someone's supposed to be on guard duty here all the time. Afraid we can't help. We need to get on with our investigation as well, Gina. Oh, right. Oh well, never mind. It ain't gonna be me what gets it in the neck. It'll be the boss. Or poor Gregson again. Ready, Toby? Got that oil scent, have you? Go on then, boy. See you later. Go, Gina. Go, Toby. I do hope the scent of that oil leads into that swindler's workshop. Yes, I hope so too. Ideally before the dog swims across the Channel to France. I like the faint music in the background there. Alright. I think we should actually go to the forensics laboratory. See if we can meet Dr. Sid. Who was also a... The term I was trying to use, I'm blanking out on, but in the same general class as Susanoo's dad back in the day. I believe this is it. Dr. Sith's laboratory. That chemical smell really assaults the nose. And there's plenty to assault the eyes in here, too. It looks as though the doctor isn't here. But we're here now, so we may as well do some sightseeing, don't you think? What a seasoned tourist you've become, Miss Susano. We just have a little look around, being careful not to upset any restless souls. A table and a set of sharp tools. When you consider each in isolation, it all looks quite innocent. So why is it that when we put them side by side, they seem so horribly disturbing? It might be best not to ponder it too deeply. Seeing the large tome that's open on the desk does make me wonder, though. How can anybody concentrate on bookwork with this acrid odor of chemicals in the air? You'd either have to have a cast iron constitution, or a really terrible sense of smell. What is up here? Oh, jars. Those large jars seem to have pale things floating around inside them. I suppose they're fruit liquors or something. Like the pickled umeboshi plums we make back home. Considerably less appealing than umeboshi. Father had jars like that in his laboratory as well. I expect they're human organs in a preserving solution, probably as examples of some rare medical condition. Miss Susano, there are some things in the world that it's perfectly fine never to know about. Ever. Oh! So as I said, I'm sure they're fruit liquors or umeboshi, aren't they? Of course. Oh, my boy. Look at the bottles on the shelves in the cabinets. What an assortment of chemicals. These ones here are labeled highly toxic. Oh, that's worrying, because there are also things that look like salt and pepper shakers in there. Oh yes, and they actually say salt and pepper on them. The doctor probably spends a lot of time in this room, I suppose. Perhaps she has meals here sometimes. Life goes on, even when you're surrounded by death. That's an elegant desk. Look at the big, thick book there. That appears to be an accounting ledger. It's a record of the forensic investigation team's spending, I think. Oh? What is it? It's clear that the team purchases various equipment and supplies on a monthly basis, but... Well, one entry seems rather strange. Really? In what way? They're buying 500 scalpels every month. 500? Must be working really hard on dissecting corpses. I don't know. Judicial autopsies are only carried out in certain special circumstances. And scalpel blades can be sharpened, too. They're like cutting Kryptonian skin. It does seem a bit strange. You're right. 500 scalpels a month? What would they possibly be using all of them for? Or it's like that trauma center guilt that melts all your scalpels when you try to cut it. What are you doing? Ah! Ma'am? Sorry, we had something we wanted to ask you, but you weren't here, so... So you thought you'd snoop around? That's acceptable to you people from the East, is it? Well, what do you want? Lord Strongheart told us, you see, that it was you who examined the victim's body. Mr. Aspen's body, I mean. So he came to ask you about your findings, on Lord Strongheart's advice. Very well. If the Lord Chief Justice has given his consent, I'll tell you what our investigation revealed. But when we're done, you must leave immediately. I'm an attorney. Dr. Sith, would you be kind enough to take a look at this? Oh, you think I'm good enough, do you? No, I didn't mean... So I'm not good enough. In that case, why would you show me anything? Oh, clearly you're too good for me to show you anything again. Ever. That looks like an owl and a crow up there. I know, and they haven't even twitched since we came in here. Well, no, they wouldn't have. They're taxidermy mounts, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, I was afraid you were going to say that. I've been trying very hard to tell myself that they're just sleeping with their eyes open. Yes, I think perhaps you were wise to put something like your Daruma doll on display in the office instead. Well, look at this. What a magnificent display case. The cherry wood has been polished to a high sheen, and the intricate carving is a joy to behold. Western cabinet makers really are very skilled, aren't they? Do you have nothing to say about the skeleton inside, Mr. Naruhodo? I was trying to avoid that, Susato. Thank you. Mr. Susato? Can't you tell that I'm trying very hard to avoid talking about the terrifying contents of the case? It's how I cope. I'll be sure to remember that from now on. I suppose this is Dr. Sith's desk. Oh, I would not like to work in a place like this. It's very tidy though, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? Imagine how efficiently she must work. Lighting is poor, which is bad for the eyes, and the chemical smell can't be good for you. Not to mention that the skeleton watching over you as you work, which is definitely bad for the nerves. Hey, the skeleton might tell funny jokes. Well, those are valid concerns, I suppose. I can just about cope with the one-eyed Daruma doll watching over me, but that's all. Alright. Sorry for ignoring you, ma'am. You don't seem very inclined to talk to me anyway, so I figure you won't mind me. So, you want to know what the forensic investigation team determined from its examination of this scene? The victim, Mr. Odie Aspen, who disappeared from the experimentation stage and emitted an explosion, and Mr. Aspen, who appeared moments later partway up the Crystal Tower, were without question one and the same person. That is the team's conclusion. But that can't be right! But how would you even determine that? He's not there anymore. If it was an elaborate trick, we only speculate about how it was carried out. Let's see. Two people who looked very similar to each other were involved. They could have made it appear as if one single person had switched places, couldn't they? Very true. But sadly, in this instance, that was not the case. The man who disappeared and the man who subsequently reappeared was the same person. How do you know that the man who disappeared was him? Fingerprints at the scene make that quite evident. Ah, fingerprints. Thank you for answering my question. They're not yet officially recognized as forensic evidence in the British justice system. But one day, They will be used as an investigative aid as a matter of course. Oh my, but that would mean that the instantaneous kinesis actually took place. So where does that leave us? My team was tasked with investigating, not drawing conclusions. Fair enough. Instantaneous kinesis is impossible, and yet the body did move from one place to the other. This hasn't cleared anything up at all. It's made the whole thing even more of a mystery. Mama, what is this? Ah, where did she come from? And did she just call the doctor Mama? This is a lawyer, dear. Oh. Hello? To meet you? Pleased to meet you. Yes, I'm a defense lawyer. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Mama? Yes. Can I cut this one up? What? I've never seen inside an Eastern person before. I want to know what it looks like. Of course you can't. It's a live specimen, as you can very well see. Boring. Please don't dissect me. I think I just had a near-death experience. Oh dear, Mr. Naruhodo, you're as pale as a corpse. And let's leave before I'm mistaken for one. And dissected. Well, I think we've done all the investigating we can here for now. We could just determine the whereabouts of Mr. Drebber. I'm sure Gina and little Toby won't let us down. Now then, do you think we ought to try to speak with Mr. Sholmes at this point? We have things to discuss and I'm dying to meet him again after all these months. Yes, it's quite possible he might know something useful. You're right. What to find about Madame Tuspel's? He's supposed to be working there as a temporary waxwork exhibit. Yes, I was told all about his latest unusual venture. So, what are you doing at the moment, Doctor? Keeping a close eye on things, so no impertinent Easterners think they can look around my office. Are there such impertinent Easterners around? How terrible! Yes, you. She doesn't mince her words, Mr. Zato. I think perhaps it's time we left. Yeah, she has ceased the conversation. Fair enough. Curious set of characters there. So now the cop that was snoozing there is going to be gone because he was the real cop. Oh my. No wonder it's called the House of Horrors. I'd like to turn on my heels and go straight home. Via the confectionery. Being scared makes you crave sweets. I can understand that. But you know, there's something about that waxwork over there. It looks exactly like Mr. Sholmes down to the very last detail. Aha. What is it? Oh, sorry. I think you'll find that's the temporary waxwork himself. Madame? The friend of my dedicated employee. Oh yes, hello again. It's Ryunosuke. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I must say, I am quite spellbound by the great detective. He is a marvel. My precious waxwork is already back where it belongs. You don't mean... But yes, the mystery is solved already. Wow, Mr. Sholmes can really engage his brain when he's hungry enough. So as you can see, he has returned to his habitual duties. Yes. His habitual duties? Alos. Shh, do not disturb, eh? Poor Susato-san. He looks very perplexed. Can we talk to Madame Tuspel's? Oh. Let's have a look-see. Ah yes, the heavy curtains in the middle of the House of Horrors. Whoever's on the other side of them, you just know it's going to be terrifying, don't you? The sign says that it's the Madame Tuspel's special exhibit. Seems you have to pay extra to go inside. I know, can you believe that? Pay more money as if we haven't been scared enough already? It's not my doing, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm just aggressively venting to you. Don't mind me. Said sorry. Oh, what a horrifying scene! A murderer caught in the grisly act. I know. In case you're wondering, it's the one with the big knife that's supposed to be the kill. Ah, thank you, Ryunosuke. I don't think anybody would be in any doubt about that, surely. Hey, did you know that according to the description, the bathtub at the back has no particular significance? What? Really? I would have thought it was meant to show that the killer also worked in a bathhouse peddling criminal wares. Oh, that's a different interpretation than he had. Aha! We have a new theory. That old policeman isn't here now, obviously. I still can't believe he just happened to be on the jury, though. Funny how that happens. I understood that London has a population of 6 million people, and yet you do seem to run into the same people disproportionately often, don't you? Almost like creating excessive amounts of character assets, even for bit note characters to appear on the jury, is a bit difficult. Aha, there's a stepladder there. Look. Oh, yeah, a stepladder. I think perhaps we should let the proprietress know that someone's left it out. The stepladder, I mean. Something wrong? Why do I feel as though I just managed to sidestep an argument? That's an achievement! We've wrung our hands through every debate about ladders. This one's posture reveals his weakness. Sorry? The killer's stance leaves him wide open to attack. I'm quite sure I could see him off. You could toss him with a Susanoo takedown, then a Susanoo squash, and finally a Susanoo smash. Oh no! Susanoo for Tekken. Right. If that doesn't render the culprit unconscious, a Susanoo slam should finish him. A Susanoo slam? Oh, I'm sorry. It's rather hard to explain. Leave yourself open slightly, and I'll demonstrate. Absolutely not! Oh, by the Susanoo powerbomb! I really do need to speak with Mr. Sholmes, and I'm longing to say hello again. But where is he? Yeah, let him go. I think you might find that he's quite nearby, actually. Oh! Wait, what are you... Ah, indeed, my dear fellows, it is I. The world-famous great detective in waxwork, Sherlock Sholmes. Oh no! Susanoo-san! Susanoo-san! Fucking jump scared. My most humble apologies. I didn't mean to spock you? To shock you, Five Nights at Freddy's style. I thought I died and gone to eternal paradise for a moment. Bye, London. My dear Madame, allow me to make amends by offering you a tasty free deduction at some point. As long as it's not of questionable street food quality. I understand. Why are you working as a waxwork here, Mr. Sholmes? Merely a secret identity, you understand. Though the case is largely solved now. Largely solved? I mean... You had this job for other reasons before you even discovered the case. Let's be real here. We're talking about the Waxwork abduction, I presume. Indeed we are, my good fellow. As I predicted, it was as easy as proverbial pie. Though I confess, I have yet to partake of a pie, proverbial or otherwise, or any food, so far today for that matter. Hungry. My stomach rumble echoed around the whole museum. So how did you manage to solve it so quickly? Ah, well, do remember I said it was largely solved. Anyway, I simply negotiated with the culprit. Are you familiar with the so-called telephone? The telephone did it? Oh yes, it's a most modern invention, allowing you to hold a conversation with people far away. In Japan, only the imperial capital and a handful of other cities are connected as yet. This morning, a telephone call was received here from the perpetrator of the abduction. As such, I was able to negotiate terms, and in the end, Waxwork was returned. It's amazing. I gave them everything they wanted, just between you and I. It would appear the culprit has always intended to return the stolen waxwork at any event. Oh, but I thought whoever was responsible had demanded a ransom, no? Yes, I think perhaps ransom demand was necessary to avoid unwanted suspicion regarding the true motive. But does that not mean there is a true motive? Your negotiating was entirely unnecessary? Oh no. The fact that I must ask you to keep from Madame Tussauds at all costs. A hungry young Iris awaits my return to Baker Street after all. Poor Iris. Now then, do I sense that you have some business with this great waxwork? Mr. Sholmes, how about this? As you will see, I'm rather busy at the moment. If it's advice you seek, come to my office tomorrow and I shall be happy to help you. Shall we say, £2 per item as a consultation fee. That's 2 hours of gas, that is. I'm in the process of trying to track somebody down. Oh? Yes, a man by the name of Enoch Drebber. He's the swindler who duped Professor Hairbrain, and the engineer who built the kinesis machine. A swindler and an engineer? Quite the modern man. Also seems to be a conjurer of sorts, too, with considerable knowledge of stage magic. We really need to locate him before the trial resumes tomorrow morning. We have so few clues to go on, so that's the trouble. Do you have any good ideas? I have no data yet. It is a capital mistake to have good ideas before one has data. If I knew something of the man's appearance, at least, I may be in better position to help. Yes, Trevor's appearance. Fortunately for you, however, presently I have little to occupy myself with, and little to fill my stomach. As soon as you find any clue, no matter how small, I should gladly give you any thoughts on it. But first, Mr. Sholmes, did you lie to us? My dear Mr. Naruhodo, stay that piercing stare. What is this about? Last winter, when we were first on our way to Britain, aboard the steamship. Your words were very clear. So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. You told us that it was murder, and you examined Kazuma-sama's body. Indeed. And wherein lies the problem? We met him earlier today. The victim, Kazuma Sogi. You're quite sure? He was wearing some sort of mask and was apparently suffering from amnesia. But yes, I'm quite sure. It was Kazuma-sama. You must have known at the time, Mr. Sholmes, that he wasn't actually dead. Well, I can only assume I was swept up in the murderous atmosphere of the moment. The fellow wasn't dead at all. Priceless. I don't suppose that performance would pass muster, would it, Mr. Naruhodo? I could believe that the crewman present at the time made a mistake. But not you, Mr. Sholmes. I will now tell you something of the first importance, my dear fellow. Great detectives are wont to lie. It will serve you well to remember that. Please, Mr. Sholmes. Tomorrow in court, you will find yourself on the threshold of a very great mystery. For now, I'm afraid that is all I can say. Huh. He knows way more than he's letting on. I don't want you. Mr. Sholmes, would you cast your eyes over this photographic print? It's of Mr. Enoch Drebber, face of the engineer we seek. Well, all Englishmen look broadly the same, of course, so looking at the photograph won't be particularly instructive. Are you alright, Mr. Sholmes? Ah, yes, forgive me. Very interesting, this. Very interesting indeed. What's wrong, Mr. Sholmes? You've turned quite pale all of a sudden. I have a suggestion, Mr. Naruhodo. Will you indulge me? Oh, well, what is it? As I explained to you when you arrived, the missing waxwork has been returned. I personally reinstalled it in the exhibit from which it was taken, behind those thick curtains. Oh, yes, the Professor exhibit, isn't it? Would you like to see it? For a mere 5 shillings. That's a special one-time-only price, you understand. What? The opportunity won't come again, I might add. Wouldn't you like to see the fruits of my labor? Oh, but we do have a rather pressing investigation to carry out. Perhaps we could postpone. The price is a very reasonable 5 shillings. I think you'll find it's well worth it. Are you being quite serious, Mr. Sholmes? Surely you need only look at my expression to ascertain if this is seriousness or silliness. I can never tell with you. That's the point. Very well, it couldn't hurt. Here's your 5 shillings. Gratefully received. So the special exhibit awaits behind the curtain. I invite you to peruse it at your leisure. Well, the money's been spent, so let's go and see the special exhibit. I mean, he suggested it. Those heavy curtains, at least. At last. Well, 5 shillings we've had to pay. Doesn't seem right somehow that Mr. Sholmes slipped the money into his own pocket, does it? No. We could ask Gina to retrieve it for us, using her special skills. Pickpocketing police officers and diddling detectives. Is that what makes Britain great? Oh, God. Why do you have to word it like that? Not to mention demigod prosecutors taking the law into their own hands or chip-living inspectors. It feels like some eerie reversal to like Van Zeek's and the general British prejudice against Japanese. To have us going this hard on Van Zeek's as the hardcore evil reaper. Hardcore evil omnipresent reaper. Like this. Inspector Gregson comes out rather well on that list, I think. Been feeling that for a while in this case. We've seen briefly what it looks like without the... Oh. Where's your head? Oh dear. I felt a shiver run down my spine as soon as we walked in here. Mr. Zato. I say we turn on our heels and go straight home. By a really big confectionery. We certainly can't do that. We've paid 5 shillings already. True. Actually, now that I'm looking a little more closely, where's your head? We paid good money to see an exhibit that's clearly incomplete. Nerva the Great Diddling Detective is far more terrifying than anything else in this place. Why think I worded like that? Honestly. This must be what Mr. Sholmes meant when he said that the case was largely solved. Largely? He got his body back. He has no head. Be that as it may, Mr. Sholmes heavily implied there'd be a clue about the engineer in here, didn't he? But where? As we paid 5 shillings, let's do 5 shillings worth of investigation, shall we? Yes, we will get what we paid for. Is that fear or frustration that's making Suzato-san's voice tremble? Yes. This must be the killer. The fiend known as the Professor. Yes, I think so. Going to what Madame Dispel said. He killed 5 victims, all of noble or royal blood. The waxwork is so lifelike, isn't it? Like all the models in this place. I know. Looks like it could start moving at any moment, doesn't it? If only it had a head, that is. So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. What does this mean? Oh, this is the condemned man. Yes, the so-called professor. Then perhaps his head was chopped off by a guillotine. But unable to find peace, he emerged from his grave as a headless ghost. Do we have to entertain such terrifying ideals, Miss Suzato? Anyway, I'm sure the model had a head once. There's a metal fitting for it, see? Then perhaps Mr. Sholmes was absent-mindedly forgot to reattach it. That's an extremely absent-minded detective you're describing, isn't it? Or perhaps the thief absent-mindedly forgot to include the head when he or she returned it to the museum. And that would be an extremely absent-minded thief. Would there have been some reason why only the head wasn't returned? Or whatever the reason, it means we don't know what the face of the infamous professor looked like, do we? Oh. There's something caught just inside the convict's jacket here. It looks like a piece of broken glass. And quite a big piece, too. It's very thick, isn't it? About 5 inches thicker than normal window glazing, I'd say. Where could such a thick piece of glass have come from, I wonder? I suppose it may have been thick to increase its strength? But why? Well, perhaps because the glass had to span a particularly wide area. Just in a big building, for example. Well, we've seen a large glass building recently, haven't we? And some of the glass was broken, too. You don't mean exactly the Crystal Tower at the Great Exhibition. Why would glass from the Crystal Tower be lodged inside this waxwork's jacket? Makes you think, doesn't it? If we're jumping to that conclusion immediately. Earlier in court, we established that the kinesis experiment was a trick. Now we discover this fragment of glass here at this waxwork. It's just a coincidence. This part of the exhibit is just as disturbing as the rest. It looks so real. It seems to be a young man in a white overcoat. And he has a large shovel in his hand, too. Look. Perhaps we should investigate it in a little more detail. You? Eh? Oh shit, alright, hi. What's this here? Well, this would appear to be a lens in the middle, so believe it's probably a camera. A camera? But it's so small. British technology is incredible, isn't it? I mean, what about Mr. Sholmes' skin prints? I think perhaps you should treat Mr. Sholmes' inventions as exceptions to the rule. Anyway, why would the man be in a graveyard at night with a camera? I wonder. Perhaps he was trying to capture the moment a dead body came back as a ghost on film. We'll just borrow this for a little while, I think. Okay. Looking at the photographic plate inside the camera, you can see what picture was taken. What's a photographic plate? It's a piece of glass coated in a special emulsion that reacts to the light coming in through the lens. If we open the cover at the back of the camera, we should find it. Let's have a look. You should see yourself, Susanoo-san. Your eyes are shining. Full of science. You really do like machinery, don't you? That's quite a large lamp the man's carrying. Was it a lantern? It's not like a Japanese chochin paper lantern, actually, is it? Isn't it? Lamp, lantern, chochin? The point is it casts very little light. To be walking alone in a graveyard at night with only this. Well, I certainly couldn't do it. I'm not sure I could visit a graveyard at all, even in broad daylight, to be honest. What a large shovel. He's holding it rather ominously, isn't he? What on earth was the man doing with a shovel in a graveyard in the middle of the night? Mr. Zato? Yes? That's a spade, isn't it? Oh no. No, it's a shovel. No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade. We've been through this, Mr. Naruhodo. It's a shovel. No. Although, we haven't considered trowels. Oh no. We've allowed ourselves to be distracted, I feel. Perhaps we should concentrate on what the man was doing with the implement. So we're gonna bury the hatchet? We're gonna bury the hatchet and call a spade a spade. You're right, though. What was the man doing in the graveyard in the first place? That's the real question. Alright, can we... I want to see your face. I can't see his face very well. Can you? Perhaps if I just stood up where I was kneeling on the ground. Oh, do you think you should be manhandling the exhibits, Mr. Naruhodo? I'll put it back exactly as it was, don't worry. Did you just take off his head? What are you doing? Oh, you turned him around. Nah! What on earth? Who can... I don't believe it. A black monocle. Naruhodo, is it possible that this man is... Yes. It's Enoch Drebber. The color of his hair is different, but it's unmistakably him. That owl's glowing. Indeed it is. Mr. Sholmes. This man is the subject of your present hunt, I believe. Yes, that's right. Just who is this man? Why is he here in this exhibit? And why does the convict behind him have no head? The head was missing when the model was returned by the thief who stole it. What a surprise. Then the case isn't yet solved, is it? Did I not say so myself? Largely solved with my words, I believe. But I must locate the missing head, tout de suite, as Madame would say, or I'll be in grave trouble. A very hungry Irish still awaits my return to Baker Street, and preferably with rations. Ah! Do you know, though, something about this room is strange. Strange? What do you mean? Well, the displays in the House of Horrors are supposed to depict real events, are they not? Indeed they are, Mr. Zato. Do go on. And as terrifying as they are, the scenes in the other exhibits are believable. But this one... This surely couldn't ever really have happened, could it? Don't tempt fate. I think it was time I educated you a little. about the nature of the incidents involving the professor 10 years ago. Just admiring the owl back there. Resurrecting convict. I believe I told you a little about the professor yesterday, did I not? Took the lives of 5 victims, everyone being either a member of the aristocracy or royalty. All were attacked by an enormous hunting hound and had their throats ripped from their bodies. A hound of the Baskervilles? Oh gosh! An enormous hound! How awful! After taking the life of his 5th victim, the killer was apprehended. Also reminds me of the Serondosian. It was a case of unprecedented... I don't remember his updated name. Unfortunately, it was a case of unprecedented magnitude in Britain, you understand. Actually, the professor was tried in a closed court. No members of the public were permitted. A closed court? So you mean that the professor's identity... As you've surmised, my dear fellow, his identity was never made public. Naturally, he was found guilty and was summarily sentenced to death by hanging. He was buried in a grave at Lowgate Cemetery, which adjoins the rear of the prison where he had been held. However, that was not the end of the affair. Oh. The very night that he was buried, the convicted man came back to life. Came back to life? He clawed his way out of the ground and emerged into the moonlit graveyard. The exhibit here depicts that very scene as described by the sole witness to these chilling events. There was a witness? I mean, look at the scene. But of course, my dear fellow, it was none other than the young man in the white overcoat, Enoch Drebber. He saw it happen. What do we know about him? Oh, this is the waxwork made model of Enoch Drebber. 10 years ago, the convicted professor, having been gibbeted and buried, emerged from his grave in the dead of night. The sole witness to that unimaginable scene was this young man. From appearances, I would say he was about 20 years old. It's so horrifying. Scared out of his wits, the young Drebber ran to a nearby police station to report the incident. And the sheer terror of what he'd seen is said to have turned his hair white overnight. Yes, as shown in the photograph we have of him, his hair is completely white. For the following few days, the story of what he'd seen was on every front page in the capital. Our public was frantic for every last detail about the killer who'd come back to life. As you've seen, that exhibit was even created here at Madame Tussauds. I can quite understand why the man's hair turned white, certainly. But what I don't understand is what Mr. Drebber was doing in the first place, in a lonely graveyard in the middle of the night. Yes, what was he up to? The professor's acts of terror threw London's upper classes into complete panic 10 years ago. It was a great scandal, one might say, at the very highest levels of society. And since the killer's identity was never made public, rumors abounded. After all, no killer had ever before systematically employed a dog's weapon of murder. Yeah, I can imagine the impact the case must have had. And in time, of course, the rumors abated. So too did talk of the shocking witness account of the convict who came back to life. It was forgotten, dismissed as a dubious ghost story, as a preposterous parlor tale. But why did people stop believing it? Why? Simply because there was no resurrection to speak of, as was established, in fact. What? What do you mean by no resurrection? The police investigated the grave in Lowgate Cemetery and published their findings. Convict's body was found to be buried exactly where it had been, following the execution. No! That would be Mr. Drebber. So lied to the police and the newspapers. That would appear to be the only logical explanation, yes. The young man subsequently vanished from society and nothing has been heard of him since. It's rather striking, then, that he should resurface now, don't you think? Of course, the convicted murderer couldn't really have come back to life. That's not possible. But Drebber's hair is unusually white. If that really did happen overnight as a result of shock, it's hard to believe the incident was an out-and-out lie. Like, in this talk of Rich... Ah! What the bleeding Naruhodo? What have you gone and done? What? Hi, Gina. What? How'd you get here? What are you doing here? What even is happening? What? What in the what? Huh? They are very, what I was going to say before I get interrupted here, they are very trusting to believe that the witness was lying. When we just heard a tale about the rich upper classes being terrified for their lives. The upper classes with lots of money and plenty of corruption to go around. Gina, what are you doing here? I asked Iris, and she said this is where you'd be, so... So? Gina! Not so loud in the museum! Madame Dispels will have you take a position as a waxwork if you're not careful. I think there might be more pressing concern. I still had some flash powder left from 6 months ago, so... So? Alright, Gina, we understand. But please, put down the gun. The heck's going on, Gina? Why are you pouty? Sorry, I got scared. You should try being the one on the other end of the barrel. So what brings you here, Gina? What brings me here? What do you think? We found it. We found that dodgy Gov's workshop. What? You found Drebber's workshop? Good job, Toby. Yep, Toby's nose took me straight there. Boss and the others are heading over there now with a drag. So come on. Here's the address. I got the boss to write it out. Oh, thank you, Gina. We'll make our way there at once. All right then. I'll see you there. Look at you, looking smart. You go. Don't mind me. I'll just stay here, being still. What? I know my place. In the exhibit over there. Oh dear, someone is feeling sorry for himself. Let's go, Mr. Sholmes. You're coming. Your words hearten me, I must say. If I were to shirk my duties here, Madame would have me pay monetary recompense, and her horse's dinner plate would be empty once more. Forget that! I'll pay for everything! Then there's not a moment to lose, my dear fellow. I shall hail a carriage at once. No offer to share the cost of Mr. Sholmes, then? Of course not. I shall gladly pay half, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you, Mr. Zato. Right, let's go. Freed from my contract. Oh god, what is that? Knock Drebber's workshop. Yeah, this certainly looks like... Ah. That looks like... Oh. Another super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine. Indeed it would appear so. Though only a prototype, naturally. Ah, so you got here then. Gina, well done for finding this place. In such little time, you've really worked miracles. It's Toby here who's the miracle worker. Oof. Good job, Toby. Hi, Gregson. I thought you lot would show up before long. Hello, Inspector. That's one knitted brow. Looks like he's eating a lemon, not a bag of fish and chips. So, Inspector, is there any sign of the engineer? Sadly not. We didn't find a soul in here. Oh, what a shame. Well, thank you for letting us know about this place, giving us the chance to investigate. According to what Gina tells me, we only found it thanks to a clue that you lot turned up. Wouldn't want to, say, go to Paris with a debt of gratitude unpaid now, would I? Thank you. Anyway, if you're open to snoop around in here, I'll get cracking. Lord Van Zeeks and the forensic investigation team are on their way here as we speak. Then again, imagine you've got the picture by now. They don't take too kindly to lawyer types. Right. So then, my dear fellow, let's turn this place upside down when we have the chance. And you, Sholmes. Pardon? They take even less kindly to great detectives than they do to lawyers. Very droll, Gregson. Very droll. What you may consider me nothing more than an inconspicuous waxwork model. Please let him pose in the background. Right then, let's see what we can find in here. Gregsy. Naturally, we examine the door first. This door doesn't want to open. Yeah, looks like it's got a pretty hefty lock on it. There's a specialist locksmith on his way over from the yard, so hands off till he gets here. With permission, Inspector, I could have that lock open in less than a minute. Well, you don't have permission. And no one's given it to you. Rex looks as though he really enjoyed that. Well, there's no sound of anybody on the other side. No, Trevor must have fled at the first sign of danger. How do we get him then? I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo. That machine is covered by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act. There would be serious repercussions if we were to examine it on the Crown and the government. Yeah. There goes Holmes. And Gina. Well, those two don't seem to be holding back. It's quite hollow inside. No working parts or devices or deception to be seen, my dear fellow. No loose change dropped on the floor or nothing. Not even a bone for Toby here, my dear fellow. British people are very much ruled by their own ideals, aren't they? I think that's just these two, Miss Susato. They, play by the beat of their own drums. Plane. What on earth is this? An aeroplane, Mr. Naruhodo. One day, scientists believe it will allow humans to fly freely in the skies. Is that how the trick we described, is it? Sorry? Well, it's actually suspended by a thin but very strong cable, isn't it? Oh, well, this model is, yes, but a real aeroplane would actually fly high in the sky. All suspended from somewhere even higher in the sky, of course. These large metal objects obviously can't really stay in mid-air unsupported. So, to you, the solution is ever taller towers. Like a big roller coaster track. Guide all the planes, that would solve all the air traffic problems we have. Just giant rails carrying big planes. Snaking all throughout the country, over the ocean. Now here InShot style. Ah, this appears to be most interesting. Yes, most interesting indeed, wouldn't you say? It's an impressive looking back massager, that's for sure. Don't have to hit your shoulders a few times with that, your aches and pains would soon go away. It's a Royal Society trophy for excellence in science. A young scientist could wish for no higher honors. Ah. Would you like a massage? No, I'm fine, thank you. I had no idea it was such a grand thing. I think it's becoming increasingly clear that there's much more to this Mr. Enoch Dribber than conjuring tricks. I couldn't agree more, my dear madam. How about you, Mr. Naruhodo? Wouldn't you like to take it with you? Well, your tired shoulders, of course. He's not going to let that go, is he? It's curious, though, isn't it? You would expect such an important trophy to be proudly on display somewhere, not haphazardly cast aside. English gentlemen can be quite a mystery at times. Science. Now that is a ladder. Right, Gregsy? What can we examine up here? Well, probably that. Oh, that looks like crossbow bolts. Do want to examine this first. Whee! Oh, that's blood. What a wonderful machine. You love contraptions like this, don't you? Oh yes, anything mechanical I find absolutely irresistible. Almost irresistible, surely. Or whenever I see a pocket watch, for example, I can't help myself. I simply have to take it apart. That's worrying. Yes, Father tells me the time by rumblings of his stomach now. He's given up having a watch. Poor Professor Mikitoba. That is blood. Look, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it? On the bellows just here. There seems to be some very dark red stains. Yes, you're right. Looks like blood, actually. Oh my. I'm sure it's not what you're thinking. Can we see what was taken? Oh, look! The cover came open. Yes, now, there should be a glass plate inside. You have to change the plate with each new photograph you are to take, you see. Something wrong? There is no plate. It's been removed. Ah, what a pity. I suppose if you think about it, this wouldn't be the actual camera that was used at the time, just the waxwork. Just like the waxwork isn't the actual person. So we never found a photographic print of the executed convict coming back to life anyway. Oh, yeah, you're quite right, of course. Poor Suzato-san, she looks devastated. Although we did find actual blood here. So this little metal plaque here, look. Fostering burgeoning talent for the future of scientific discovery. It seems rather ironic, doesn't it? But clearly Mr. Jibber really was a very talented scientist. Nothing more gained from it than that. This piece of glass is almost as thick as it is wide. Yes, I've never seen anything like it. If you were to compare it to a human, only Mr. Sholmes has such thick skin. There's really no need for such a comparison, Mr. Naruhodo, as you well know. Anyway, it can only be from the Crystal Tower, surely. Yes, I think so too. It was probably made especially to meet the demands of that great structure. We didn't actually examine this before, haven't we? Ah, look here, Mr. Zato. Oh yes, the wood's cracked and broken a little. I suppose because it fell from such a great height. Yes, from the height at which the balloon was flying, down into the crystal tower below. A fall of about 30 feet, or 9 meters, leaving the man inside tragically dead. Oh, alright. This is... It's a European-style quiver of arrows with steel bolts inside. Oh, do you suppose? Crossbow bolts, these. And just the right size for the bow you lot turned up at the exhibition grounds. In other words... Yup, that's more evidence to support your theory. It all goes to show that Jumper was the one pulling the strings behind the scenes of the whole sham. Confirmed? Thud. Oh. Something wrong, Mr. Zato? Well, I thought I heard a noise. On the far side of that door. Well, Gina? Did you hear it too? Yeah, I heard it and all. What do you reckon, Toby? Right, mind the grease. Who's in there? Open up. The Scotland Yard. Oh no, they ran. Good job, Gregson. Oh my, someone is in there. Ah, this rotten bleeding lock. My dear Gregson, as I said only minutes ago, if only it were countenanced, I could unlock that door in less than a minute. Fine. I'll take the rap for it. Just get us through that blasted door. There. You may enter at will. I'm confused minutes with seconds, I think. Good God. Alright, let's go. Time is the essence, I feel. What are we waiting for? Well, for what, I suppose. It's an emergency. There's a strong possibility that beyond that door is the engineer you all seek. Prepared for action, my dear fellow? Yes. What? What's happened here? That feels like bad news.